Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening because somewhere around the world, that's truly what time it is. It's your host. I know you guys miss me. I miss you too. A lot has been happening, so let me just tell you, we are no longer smoking marijuana, and I had a really bad toothache, like really bad. Stopped me from doing the show for a few days. We had to get that taken care of. Um, there's a lot of news happening, man. I feel good. I feel good back. I feel energized. And once again, man, I feel great telling you that I stopped smoking and I quit. I don't know if I quit forever, but for the foreseeable future, I will not be smoking. I told you before on another show that I plan on doing so, and I'm a man of my word. I like to stick to it. I like to keep to it, and that's how we giving this up. Melissa Davis said my volume is low. Hold on, let me listen to this. Since you said that. I don't know because maybe it's your computer, Melissa. I actually just heard myself just fine just now as I gave it a playback. But I'll double up on mics. I double up on mics for you, Melissa. So yeah, man. So shout out to the president. We definitely gonna get that wall. Before we get into that though, I just definitely wanna talk about this Jussie Smollett situation. Hold on, let me clear my path. Yeah. All right. I want to talk about this Jussie Smollett situation. Okay. Jussie Smollett says two white men attacked him, threw a noose around his neck, sprayed him with bleach. Yeah, I did, and we're gonna break down everything today. The rap of 10,000. That's what we're gonna do. That's what I'm here for. We're gonna talk about the wall. We're gonna talk about the emergency procedures. We're gonna talk about that fraudulent spending bill, and we're definitely first gonna talk about Jussie Smollett. And it's important that we talk about this today because this is something that it's about me and you. Everything that you and I are trying to accomplish, everything that the unity of Maga means to every conservative that supports our president. And it's also important to me because this is the type of shit black people do and get away with that I need to fucking put a light on. Okay? One, the most racist people in this country are not white, they're black. When you're growing up black in black neighborhoods, the first person that ever say something fucked up to you about you being black will be a black person. When I grew up, the when I was growing up, the common term to offend someone black was you African booty scratcher. I don't know how the fuck that became an insult, but it's an insult. That's what it was. That's exactly what it was. Black women are out there killing black babies faster than they're making them. There are more black babies dying every single fucking day than they are created. There are more black women running around saying niggas ain't shit and I don't need no man and saying that shit right in front of a little fucking boy. So he doesn't want to grow up and be a man. Black people use the race card whenever it deems fit for them. And I'm not talking about all black people. I'm talking about a lot of black people. A lot of black people. Like the racist Donna Lemonade when he said there needs to be a white man travel. Imagine if Tucker Carlson said some shit like that about black folks. He wouldn't have a job or career, and you would never fucking hear from him again. Ever. So why is it that they're extra saucy with this racist shit? Why? Because they're giving a green light to. That's why. These niggas normally wouldn't have no fucking inclination of how to offend you, or not even that. They wouldn't have that. They wouldn't even think about doing it unless someone gave them permission. Donna Lemonade exists only because someone allows him to. Let's get into this fuckboy, Jussie Smollett.
Two persons of interest.
Now I want you to look at his demeanor. Remember I told you, when people lie. Hold on. This is something that I want you guys, because when I tell you about facial expressions, when I tell you about body language, I'm not a doctor, but I'm someone who studied it extensively, and I'm someone who survived years of prison. Why does years of prison come into play in this? Because in prison, you and I can be very close. We can be cool, we can joke, we can spend our days working out, talking shit to each other. I could be like, fuck your mother, I'm gonna fuck her while you're watching, and it's all fun and games. But then one day, he might call home, and his mom might be dead. So you would have to know how to read people, to read people's energy. Eyes darting back and forth. Right-handed people usually look up to the right when they're about what they saw. So paying attention to looking to the right isn't a bad thing. Right-handed people often look down into their right when they're about to lie about smells and sensations. Now let's get into this dude here. Let's just get into his whole act.
Caught on surveillance camera, now being questioned by Chicago police in connection with the investigation into a possible hate crime against actor Jussie Smollett.
I could only go off of their words. I mean, who says empire, this MAGA country, ties a noose around your neck and pours bleach on you?
Police now investigating whether the two individuals were involved in the attack or whether the attack happened at all.
I've never been some stunt queen. I've never been some media whore. That's not who I am. I don't look for that type of attention. Thank you.
Authorities revealing that one of the persons of interest had appeared on Smollett's hit show Empire.
One of the persons of interest out the two was an extra on Empire. But here's the thing. They weren't black. They were not black. I'm sorry. They were not white. They were black. So the idea that two white men beat his ass and threw a noose around his neck, that's out the fucking window. That whole this is Maga country shit, that's out the fucking window. Clearly, when the two motherfuckers that did this are fucking Nigerian. Is this Shaka country? Is this Shaka Zulu country? Is that what the fuck it is? It's not Maga country. They couldn't have said this is Maga country to him. We're fucking from Nigeria. So, is it Shaka Zulu country? Are you sure they didn't put a rope around your neck that wasn't a noose? Maybe it was a vine or some shit like that from the jungle.
Tonight, ABC's Alex Perez is in Chicago.
Authorities are talking to those two people of interest. Investigators were able to track them down using a
And look what they do. Get them a light-skinned gay nigga to report the news, just like liberals do. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them.
Cameras, transportation records, and information provided by...
Now, this is what I said when this first happened. Because I know in New York, you're not going to get away with this. That you're on camera an average of 50 to 60,000 times if you spend a day in New York City. So I could imagine it would be about 30, 40,000 times in Chicago. You cannot do anything, without them being able to lead you back to where you started from. Swear. Most crimes are found out. Well, most people are found out. Most suspects are found out because of cameras. Dead serious. Tips come in, sure. But the cameras, that's something you can't just get out of. They'll keep finding you. Because one after another, they'll be there. Traffic lights, everything you could think of, these people will have it at the disposal. So these two Nigerian niggas were found relatively quick after it happened.
Jussie Smollett himself. Now, authorities say they've known about them for some time, but were not able to talk to them until they returned from Nigeria last night. Now, authorities carried out a raid at their home, taking shoes, electronic devices, and other items that could be key to the investigation. Both of them, authorities say, are cooperating. Investigators say today they once again interviewed Jussie Smollett. So far, no one has been charged.
So, hold on, wait.
Tonight, the attorney for the two persons of interest says her clients know Smollett and are horrified by what happened to him and are baffled as to why they are people of interest, adding they are not guilty. In his only TV interview, Smollett sat down with...
So it just so happened that the only two people walking outside are the ones that know him. Their lawyers confirm that they know him. He sits there with these gay badges on him, as if he's being brave for gay people. But all he's doing is making you gay motherfuckers look like lying pieces of shit. He looks like a Brandon Strucker to me right now. Like a soft little bitch. Like a soft, whiny little soft bitch. Brandon Strucker. Fake ass walk away dude. You're a little bitch. Jussie reminds me of a Brandon Strucker. The queer that cried wolf.
With ABC News, the 36-year-old describing what he says happened 2 weeks ago when he says he was violently attacked around 2 a.m. near his Chicago apartment.
What happened that night, Jussie? As I was crossing the intersection,
Blinking.
I heard Empire. I don't answer to Empire. My name ain't Empire. I kept walking, and then I heard
Blinking.
Empire. So I turned around and I said,
Lots of
"What did you
blinking.
say to me?" And I turned around and I see the attacker masked, and he said, "This MAGA country punches me right in the face." So I punched it back, and then we started.
Jussie didn't punch anybody back. He didn't punch anybody back. He didn't punch anybody back. Nobody. And I'm quite certain if he got punched in the face, he would have fell.
Started tussling. There was a second person involved who was kicking me in my back, and
He was kicking him in the back. How do you tussle with two people, Jussie? And then end up with a rope on your neck, Jussie?
then it just stopped, and they ran off. It felt like minutes, but it probably was like 30 seconds, honestly. I can't tell you honestly. I noticed the rope around my neck and I started screaming. And I said, there's a rope around my neck.
All the blinking.
Rope around my neck.
All the blinking.
Within days, police released that surveillance
All the blinking and eye darting.
Image of the two persons of interest captured on the same street. The actor saying he was sure those were his attackers.
I was like, okay, we're getting somewhere.
It's like, okay, we're getting somewhere. Those are the guys you hired, Jussie.
You know what I'm saying?
We are getting somewhere.
So, yeah. I don't have any.
It's blinking a lot, people. You're supposed to blink every 4 seconds. Let's go through this. Let's go through the FBI chart. Let's talk. Let's see what he's doing. Let's see. When people are stressed about lying, they blink 5 or 6 times in rapid succession. Well, Jussie is pretty stressed about lying.
Doubt in my mind that that's the never did it.
The actor is best known for his
He's stressed about lying.
breakout role on Empire, now in its 5th season.
You got yourself a
He plays Jamal Lyon, the middle son of a musical dynasty.
kind of song that makes a man love a man.
The character, like Smollett, is an openly gay singer.
A man says,
Tonight's developments only adding to the swirl of questions surrounding the reported attack, including why Smollett refused to turn over his cell phone.
We had to get the phone records, which they didn't originally ask for my phone records. They asked for my phone.
But they don't want his dick pictures. They don't want none of that. These are professionals, okay? They don't want dick pictures. They don't want, and if they really fucking wanted his number, they have it already. I'm pretty sure of it. They have everyone's number that they fucking need in the fucking first place. They wanted his phone because they wanted to see who the fuck he was actually talking to at the time.
They wanted me to give my phone to the tech for 3 to 4 hours. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to do that.
Why?
Because I have private pictures and videos and numbers. My
None of
partner's
that matters.
number, my family's number, my castmates'
Nobody
number, my
wants their
friends'
numbers. Nobody wants
my
their numbers.
private emails, my private songs,
Nobody
my
gives a-
private voice memos. I don't know.
Nobody gives a fuck about your private voice memos, private songs, your gay dick sucking pics, your sex videos. Nobody give a fuck about none of that shit. And anyone involved in a fucking hate crime that's black that would have their ass whipped by 2 white men in the street and then and then have bleach thrown on them with a noose tied around their neck will be sure as hell able to give up that fucking cell phone.
That's going to be to hand over my phone for, and honestly, by then, inaccurate, false statements had already been put out there.
Yeah, his inaccurate false statements.
Police confirm records show Smollett was on the phone with his manager at the time he says the attack happened.
Another gay boy.
Other speculation involved the fact that there was no video of the attack, despite it taking place in an area filled with surveillance cameras.
It's like the camera facing north. How is that my issue? I don't own that camera. Like, I'm not a detective. How would I know that?
Keep blinking, Jussie.
What part do I have to play
Jussie.
in which way that the camera is facing?
Damn, Jussie.
How? How's that my burden to bear?
As a hype,
he is a horrible, horrible actor, man. He officially only got the job on Empire because they needed a gay black nigga with pretty hair.
Profile openly gay black man, Smollett says this wasn't the first time he's been targeted.
I get threatened all the time on Twitter and Instagram and DMs and things like that. It's like, but, you know, I'm a public figure.
So before this even was set up, he had a letter sent to him at the studio. And let me explain to you why I say it's him. Where there's smoke, there's fire. The letter came right before the alleged attack. And frankly, the letter is the first of its kind. The first of its kind.
I'm very outspoken. Sometimes maybe too outspoken.
1 week before the attack, on January 22nd, police confirm a letter was sent to the studio in Chicago, where Empire is filmed, full of threatening language and laced with a powdery substance, later determined to be crushed Tylenol.
It had a stick figure hanging from a tree with a gun pointing towards it, with the words that said, "Smollett, Jussie, you will die, black." And the return address, there was no address, but the return address said in big.
So now he wants the Black Power fist on him. He wants the Gay Pride Love pin on him. He wants the gay ribbon on him. I mean, he puts as many pins on him as he can. As many pins on him as he can. Try to make it seem like he's fighting the fight.
Big red, like caps. Maga.
For now, police are working to cover every angle surrounding what Smollett says happened.
I will never be the man that this did not happen to. I am forever changed.
And of course,
he is forever changed. He's a lying piece of shit. And what he did was he put people that are black at risk for being Trump supporters. He further put us in a situation where we would incur more discrimination because of his lies and false allegations. He said that they were wearing masks and gloves. Well, how would he know that they're white? He lives in a community of black gay people. That's where he lives. His neighbors came out and said he's a liar. This is a black gay neighborhood. He put black people, white people, anyone who supports our president and making America great again at risk with all of these fraudulent claims and lies. He should be arrested. He shouldn't. Listen, in the end, don't be surprised when Jussie is charged with giving false allegations. Don't be surprised. Do not be surprised. The 2 Africans that they arrested when they came back are currently now cooperating with authorities, as they will cooperate with authorities and tell authorities. Because at first, of course, they're going to say, "Oh, it wasn't us. It wasn't us." And then the police are going to continuously put on the pressure from the cell phones, from everything else that they have. And don't be surprised when he is charged. Do not be surprised when he's charged. Now let's get into better news. Let's talk about our president letting his balls hang. Doing a man thing. Because nobody wanted Barack Obama's Obamacare. We just was forced it. Well, guess what, bitch? You about to get this fucking wall.
Thank you very much, everybody. Before we begin, I'd like to just say that we have a large team of very talented people. In China, we've had a negotiation going on for about 2 days. It's going extremely well. Who knows what that means, because it only matters if we get it done, but we're very much working very closely with China and President Xi, who I respect a lot. Very good relation.
I will be at the White House on the 21st, having dinner at the White House. I will be taking my first lady. The first lady will be there. And I might go live for a little bit while we are at the White House before the actual dinner starts. So it's the 21st, and we'll be in D.C. We'll be at the Trump. And we will also be at the White House. So we should be going live. Expect me going live, okay? Expect that we will be live. Expect that that we'll be showing, everything that's happening. For all the people that tries to troll my Instagram and ask me why I haven't gone on Alex Jones' show, why aren't you at the White House? Why aren't you getting invites to the White House? You try to sabotage me, you try to go behind my back, you're going to contact the State Department, contact the URC, say all type of craziness, and I was wrong for saying some things. But one monkey doesn't stop the show. When you're authentic and you're genuine and you actually care and you have purpose, God will grant you passage. I'm trying to read the comments. I'm trying to get in here and make sure I see what y'all saying. I was going to speak at the event. To be honest with you, Rapper 10,000, I was going to speak at the Angel Moms event. And the person coordinated got on my fucking nerves. So I declined from actually speaking. One, I'm doing someone a favor, and I just hate when people try to censor me. You know, and after the person told me I can't curse, you know, finally I told the person I get it. I'm not going to curse as long as I'm being compensated. And then the person continues to argue with me about the shit. I'm not a fucking moron. So I declined from going, but hopefully they'll have a great turnout with their protest. And I give all the Angel Moms my support. Of course, you know this show gives the Angel Moms all the support in the world. We love the Angel Moms. But I couldn't do the speech because the person, Aisha from Women's Walk, I don't get along with when it comes to business. I mean, we can be friends, but I just don't like the way she does business. I don't think that she's respectful towards anyone, that she actually deals with. She's used to talking to people in a way that a mother would, and I'm a grown ass man. And some people don't know how to cut it off. Some people don't know how to talk to other adults as if they're talking to other adults. So I got love for the sister. She's trying to do a lot of positive things. She came out against Brandon Strucker, called me and told me how fake he was, how he's misappropriating the funds and lying to people and still begging for money. I appreciate her for that. But I couldn't do her event because I couldn't do her event because I can't do a favor for someone that wants to argue with me. It's just hard for me to do that. It's hard for me to do that. And then I haven't seen my son and my daughter for a long time. And this would have put off days of me spending time with my children that I haven't seen. My wife wants to see my family, you know. And DC is a 3-hour drive from New York or to New York. It's a 3-hour drive, 3.5-hour drive, 3-hour drive. So I want to spend time with my family. You know, I want to go there and I want to see them and I want to spend time with them. I would have loved to do the event. I would have loved to speak, but I can't do something that I can't work with people that I feel like don't respect me. And I'm not saying she doesn't respect me as a person. I'm just saying that some people that are older than you are feel like they know more than you. And you know, right before we did the White House event with Blexit, I was at the Trump with her, and she told me, "Don't curse when I get in front of the White House." That's what she said, right, baby? She said, "Don't curse." I end up cursing anyway, and I'm on Vice. I'm about to do a fucking show for Vice. I'm on Breitbart. I'm everywhere that you would want to be if you're a conservative trying to get in this game. After me cursing in front of the White House, you know why? Because people say fuck shit. People show that they are exasperated with what's going on in government. So if I describe my petulance by saying shit or fuck, well, that's my prerogative. It's my prerogative. I just heard Tucker Carlson last week say bitch on the news when he was talking about the Virginia the Virginia asshole currently dealing with allegations of sexual assault. When he said that bitch or fucking bitch, because I know he said effing bitch. So bitch isn't even a curse. It's actually a term for a female dog.
That we have, and we're a lot closer than we ever were in this country with having a real trade deal. We're covering everything, all of the points that people have been.
The same suits that Donald Trump wear will be the same suits that SRG Fashions is sending to me for this event. You guys got to make sure you go to SRG Fashions. You know I'm about to give y'all 30 seconds before I allow the president to finish. I got to give 30 seconds. I was supposed to come in here and do the warning and everything else, but I just had to get into the show. But I am going to give them this. Hold on, y'all.
You know I'm big on fashion. Check out srgfashion.com for the best suits you can get. Look great being conservative. And also, check out dogspurpose.com for job placement programs as well as vocational training for the future. Stay American, stay great. Please be mindful this show is for 18 years of age and older. All copyright laws will be respected, but this show is intended to use the Fair Use Act of it. Thank you very much. Please do remember that the New Right Party channel and the New Red Party show is sponsored by patriots like you. And as long as you're sending these donations, it allows me to create the content that will continue to make these motherfuckers sick. As you were.
Versus the family, MFM, the entertainment, and his team, no sleep. Flossy high, and yeah, we made it. The haters keep on hating on the songs that we be making, and I heard they want my soul, Illuminati wanna take it. Versus the family, MFM, the entertainment, and his team, no sleep. Flossy high, and yeah, we made it. The haters keep on hating on the songs that we be making, and I heard they want my soul, Illuminati wanna take it.
CEO, bullshit, paying for the pussy, I endorse it, riding through the city, that's my off. Please do remember that the New Right Party channel and the New Red Party show is sponsored.
I'm back. Pardon me, y'all. Check this out. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to check something on these monitors real quick. One of my speakers is acting stupid. Monitors. I don't know why I'm not Oh, what's up? Well, while I'm not hearing out these speakers on this second Mac, I'm trying to figure this out. You gotta give me a second. I want to be able to hear all the speaker I should be able to. That's dead. Let's see. Oh man, shit is just not acting right now. I don't know what blood clot going on upon my computer, man. Hey baby, did you move my monitors? Did you move the computers? Next time, can you just sit at your station, please? I'm sorry, y'all. It's taking more time than I actually needed to take right now. I hate when stuff is moved and touched. And I don't know what the hell is going on over here on this damn monitor. Let me let the president speak while I try to fix this. We can give that man that respect. Let me get back into that. See, I can hear this and we get it.
Talking about for years, it said couldn't be done, whether it was theft or anything. The unfairness. We've been losing, on average, $375 billion a year with China. A lot of people think it's $506 billion. Some people think it's much more than that. We're going to be leveling the playing field. The tariffs are hurting China very badly. They don't want them, and frankly, if we can make the deal, it'd be my honor to remove them. But otherwise, we're having many billions of dollars pouring into our treasury. We've never had that before with China. It's been very much of a one-way street. So that's happening, and the relationship with China is very good, but I think they finally respect our country. They haven't respected us for a long time, not for a long time. The UK and the US, as you probably have been seeing and hearing, we're agreeing to go forward and preserve our trade agreement. You know all of the situation with respect to Brexit and the complexity and the problems, but we have a very good trading relationship with UK, and that's just been strengthened further. So with the UK, we're continuing our trade, and we are going to actually be increasing it very substantially as time goes by. We expect that the UK will be very, very substantially increased as it relates to trade with the United States. The relationship there also is very good. We have a lot of great announcements having to do with Syria and our success with the eradication of the caliphate, and that'll be announced over the next 24 hours, and many other things. A lot of positive things are going on. We're working on a summit, and you know all about the summit. It'll be in Vietnam, Hanoi, and we'll be meeting in Hanoi. I think a lot of you will be going, I suspect, and I hope we have the same good luck as we had in the first summit. A lot was done in the first summit. No more rockets going up, no more missiles going up, no more testing of nuclear. Get back our remains, the remains of our great heroes from the Korean War. And we got back our hostages. But we hope we're going to be very much equally as successful. I'm in no rush for speed. We just don't want testing. The sanctions, as you know, remain. Everything is remaining. China's been helping us, and Russia's been helping us. And South Korea, I think you could say, has been We've been working very closely with South Korea, with Japan, but China, Russia on the border have really been at least partially living up to what they're supposed to be doing, and that's okay, as per the United Nations. So we will have a meeting on the 27th and 28th of February, and I think that will be a very successful one. I look forward to seeing Chairman Kim. We have also established a very good relationship, which has never happened between him or his family and the United States. They have really taken advantage of the United States. Billions of dollars have been paid to them, and we won't let that happen. But we think that North Korea and Chairman Kim have a tremendous potential as an economic force, economic power. Their location between South Korea and then Russia and China, right smack in the middle, is phenomenal. And we think they have a great chance for tremendous economic prosperity in the future. So I look forward to seeing Chairman Kim in Vietnam. Today I'm announcing several critical actions that my administration is taking to confront a problem that we have right here at home. We fight wars that are 6,000 miles away, wars that we should have never been in many cases, but we don't control our own border. So we're going to confront the national security crisis on our southern border, and we're going to do it one way or the other. We have to do it. Not because it was a campaign promise, which it is. It was one of many, by the way, not my only one. We're rebuilding the military. Our economy is thriving like never before. You look at other economies. They're doing terribly, and we're doing phenomenally. The market is up tremendously today. Not that that's anything, but, because I'll go back in and they'll say, oh, the market just went down. But the market is getting close to the new highs that we created. We have all the records. We have every record, but we're getting close to that point again where we'll create new records. So our country is doing very well economically, and we've done a lot. But one of the things I said I have to do and I want to do is border security, because we have tremendous amounts of drugs flowing into our country, much of it coming from the southern border. When you look and when you listen to politicians, in particular certain Democrats, they say it all comes through the port of entry. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's just a lie. It's all a lie. They say walls don't work. Walls work 100%. Whether it's El Paso, I really was smiling because the other night I was in El Paso. We had a tremendous crowd. And I asked the people, many of whom were from El Paso, but they came from all over Texas. And I asked them, I said, let me ask you, as a crowd, when the wall went up, was it better? You were there, some of you. It was not only better, it was like 100% better. You know what they did. But that's only one example. There are so many examples. In El Paso, they have close to 2,000 murders right on the other side of the wall. And they had 23 murders. It's a lot of murders. But it's not close to 2,000 murders, right on the other side of the wall in Mexico. So everyone knows that walls work. And there are better examples than El Paso, frankly. You just take a look almost everywhere. Take a look at Israel. They're building another wall. Their wall is 99.9% effective, they told me. 99.9%. That's what it would be with us, too. The only weakness is they go to a wall and then they go around the wall. They go around the wall and in. Okay? That's what it is. Very simple. And a big majority of the big drugs, the big drug loads, don't go through ports of entry. They can't go through ports of entry. You can't take big loads because you have people. We have some very capable people, the Border Patrol, law enforcement, looking. You can't take human traffic, women and girls. You can't take them through ports of entry. You can't have them tied up in the back seat of a car or a truck or a van. They open the door. They look. They can't see 3 women with tape in their mouth or 3 women whose hands are tied. They go through areas where you have no wall. Everybody knows that. Nancy knows it. Chuck knows it. They all know it. It's all a big lie. It's a big con game. You don't have to be very smart to know. You put up a barrier, the people come in, and that's it. They can't do anything unless they walk left or right, and they find an area where there's no barrier, and they come into the United States. Welcome. We've detained more people. Our border agents are doing such incredible work. Our military has been incredible. We put up barbed wire on top of certain old walls that were there. We fixed the wall and we loaded up with barbed wire. It's very successful. But our military has been fantastic, and I want to thank them. And it's very necessary. We've broken up 2 caravans that are on their way. They just are breaking. They're in the process of breaking up. We have another one that we haven't been able to break up yet. We've been actually working with Mexico much better than ever before. I want to thank the president. I want to thank Mexico. They have their own problems. They have the largest number of murders that they've ever had in their history. Almost 40,000 murders. 40,000. And they got to straighten that out, and I think they will. But I just want to thank the president because he's been helping us with these monstrous caravans that have been coming up. We had one that was up to over 15,000 people. It's largely broken up.
And they're realizing that the
Others
fucking
have
gravy
gotten through.
train is about to be done for.
And in Tijuana, you have a lot of people staying there. If we didn't have the wall up, and if we didn't have the wall secured and strengthened, they would have walked right through. They'd be welcome to the United States. One of the things we'd save just a tremendous amount on would be sending the military. If we had a wall, we don't need the military. We would have a wall. So I'm going to be signing a national emergency. And it's been signed many times before. It's been signed by other presidents. From 1977 or so, it gave the presidents the power. There's rarely been a problem. They sign it. Nobody cares. I guess they weren't very exciting. But nobody cares. They sign it for far less important things in some cases, in many cases. We're talking about an invasion of our country with drugs, with human traffickers, with all types of criminals and gangs. We have some of the greatest people I know. They've been with me from the beginning of my campaign, almost from the first week. The angel moms. Unfortunately, we have new angel moms. One incredible woman just showed me her daughter who we're talking about killed in the year of 18. I said, I haven't seen you before. She said, no, I'm new. I said, that's too bad. It's too bad. It's so sad. Stand up just for a second. Show how beautiful your girl was.
They don't put the cameras on her.
Thank you. I have such respect for these people. Angel moms, angel dads, angel families. I have great respect for these people. These are great people. These are great people. They're fighting for their children that have been killed by people that were illegally in this country. And the press doesn't cover them. They don't want to, incredibly. And they're not treated the way they should be. They're fighting for other people because they don't want what happened to their children or husband or anybody. We have one young lady whose husband, please, stand up. Your husband was just killed in Maryland. Incredible man, just killed. Beautiful children won't be seeing their father again. These are brave people. These are people that they don't have to be here. They don't have to be doing this. They're doing it for other people. So I just want to thank all of you for being here. Okay, I really do. I want to thank you. Incredible people. Last year, 70,000 Americans were killed, at least. I think the number is ridiculously low. By drugs, including meth and heroin and cocaine, fentanyl. Now, one of the things that I did with President Xi in China when I met him in Argentina at a summit, before I even started talking about the trade, it was a trade meeting. It went very well, but before I talked about trade, I talked about something more important. I said, listen, we have tremendous amounts of fentanyl coming into our country, kills tens of thousands of people. I think far more than anybody registers. And I'd love you to declare it a lethal drug and put it on your criminal list. And their criminal list is much tougher than our criminal list. Their criminal list, a drug dealer gets a thing called the death penalty. Our criminal list, a drug dealer gets a thing called, how about a fine?
Hot.
And when I asked President Xi,
3 hots in a cot.
I said, do you have a drug problem? No. I said, you have 1.4 billion people. What do you mean you have no drug problem? No, we don't have a drug problem. I said, why? Death penalty. We give death penalty to people that sell drugs. End of problem. What do? We set up blue ribbon committees. Lovely men and women. They sit around a table, they have lunch, they eat, they dine, and they waste a lot of time. So if we want to get smart, we can get smart. You can end the drug problem. You can end it a lot faster than you think. But President Xi's agreed to put fentanyl on his list of deadly drugs. And it's a criminal penalty, and the penalty is death. So that's frankly one of the things I'm most excited about in our trade deal. You want to know the truth? I think maybe there's no more important point. We're going to make billions of dollars with this trade deal. It's going to be great for our country and great for China, I hope. Their market's down close to 40%. Our market's way up. We've picked up, since my election, trillions of dollars of worth. Trillions, many trillions. And China's lost trillions of dollars. But I want it to be good for China, and I want it to be good for the United States. So we'll see what happens. China's coming here next week, by the way. They're coming home, the traders. And then China's coming here next week. And then I'll be meeting with President Xi at some point after that to maybe for some remaining deals, we'll make them directly, one-on-one ourselves. So we're going to be signing today and registering national emergency. And it's a great thing to do because we have an invasion of drugs, invasion of gangs, invasion of people, and it's unacceptable. And by signing the national emergency, something signed many times by other presidents, many times. President Obama, in fact, we may be using one of the national emergencies that he signed having to do with cartels, criminal cartels. It's a very good emergency that he signed, and we're going to use parts of it in our dealings on cartels. So that would be a second national emergency, but in that case, it's already in place. And what we really want to do is simple. It's not like it's complicated. It's very simple. We want to stop drugs from coming into our country. We want to stop criminals and gangs from coming into our country. Nobody's done the job that we've ever done. I mean, nobody's done the job that we've done on the border. And in a way, what I did by creating such a great economy, and if the opposing party got in, this economy would be down the tubes. You know, I hear a lot of people say, oh, well, but maybe the previous administration. Let me tell you, the previous administration, it was heading south, and it was going fast. We would have been down the tubes. The regulations were strangling our country, unnecessary regulations. By creating such a strong economy, you just look at your televisions and see what's going on today. It's through the roof. What happens is more people want to come. So we have far more people trying to get into our country today than probably we've ever had before. And we've done an incredible job in stopping them, but it's a massive number of people. If we had the wall, it would be very easy. We would make up for the cost of the wall just in the cost of the fact that I would be able to have fewer people. We wouldn't need all of this incredible talent, some of whom are sitting in the first row. You wouldn't need all of this incredible talent. We would get thousands of law enforcement people, including Border Patrol. You put them in different areas. You have them doing different things. Law enforcement and Border Patrol. And I want to thank law enforcement, and I want to thank Border Patrol, and I want to thank ICE. ICE is abused by the press and by the Democrats. And by the way, we're going to be taking care of ICE. You know, we talk about the new bill. We're going to be taking care of ICE. They wanted to get rid of ICE. And the bill is just the opposite of that. A lot of good things happen. So that's the story. We want to have a safe country. I ran on a very simple slogan, make America great again. If you're going to have drugs pouring across the border, if you're going to have human traffickers pouring across the border in areas where we have no protection, in areas where we don't have a barrier, then very hard to make America great again. But we've done a fantastic job, but we haven't been given the equipment. We haven't been given the walls. And in the bill, by the way, they didn't even fight us on most of the stuff. Ports of entry, we have so much money, we don't know what to do with it. I don't know what to do with all the money they're giving us. It's crazy. The only place they don't want to give us much money, $1,375 million. Sounds like a lot, but it's not so much, although we're putting it to much better use than it used to be. A lot of the past administrations, it was easy to get, they didn't build, or they didn't do what they could have done. It would have been great. It would have been great to have done it earlier, but I was a little new to the job, a little new to the profession. And we had a little disappointment for the first year and a half. People that should have stepped up did not step up. They didn't step up, and they should have. It would have been easy. Not that easy, but it would have been a lot easier. But some people didn't step up. But we're stepping up now. So we have a chance of getting close to $8 billion. Whether it's $8 billion or $2 billion or $1.5 billion, it's going to build a lot of wall. We're getting it done. We're right now in construction with wall in some of the most important areas. And we have renovated a tremendous amount of wall, making it just as good as new. That's where a lot of the money has been spent on renovation. In fact, we were restricted to renovating, which is okay. But we're going to run out of areas that we can renovate pretty soon. And we need new wall. So I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank in particular the angel moms and dads for being here. Thank you very much. We have great respect for you. The real country, our real country, the people that really love our country, they love you. So I just want you to know that. I know how hard you fight, and I know how hard a fight you're having. I also want to thank all of the law enforcement for the job you do. Believe me, our country loves you, and they respect you greatly. And we're giving you a lot of surplus. We're giving you surplus military equipment, which a lot of people didn't like giving previous to this administration. But hundreds of millions of dollars of surplus equipment. And as we get it, as you know, we send it down, and you have much better protection. But I really appreciate you being here. So the order is signed, and I'll sign the final papers as soon as I get into the Oval Office, and we will have a national emergency, and we will then be sued, and they will sue us in the Ninth Circuit, even though it shouldn't be there, and we will possibly get a bad ruling, and then we'll get another bad ruling, and then we'll end up in the Supreme Court, and hopefully we'll get a fair shake, and we'll win in the Supreme Court, just like the band. They sued us in the Ninth Circuit, and we lost, and then we lost in the appellate division, and then we went to the Supreme Court, and we won. And it was very interesting, because yesterday they were talking about the ban. Because we have a ban, it's very helpful, Madam Secretary, is that right? Without the ban, we'd have a bigger problem. We have a ban on certain areas, certain countries, depending on what's going on in the world. And we won, but somebody said, President Trump lost on the ban. Well, he was right. I lost at the lower court. He didn't say that we ultimately won at the United States Supreme Court. They didn't want to say that. They didn't want to go that far. They were saying how I lost. The person sitting right up here, Donald Trump lost on the ban. Yeah, I did. And then I lost the second time. You should have said that too. And then it went to the Supreme Court, and I won. Didn't want to take it that far. But we won on the ban, and we won on other things too. The probably easiest one to win is on declaring a national emergency, because we're declaring it for virtual invasion purposes, drugs, traffickers, and gangs. And one of the things, just to finish, we have removed thousands of MS-13 gang monsters. Thousands. They're out of this country. We take them out by the thousands. And they are monsters. Okay. You have any questions? Yeah. John?
You were prepared. Mr. President, a lot of the money...
Were you saying I was prepared?
With the microphone and prepared
I thought you meant I was prepared. I couldn't believe you said that. People don't like saying that.
You were prepared for questions.
I am prepared. I'm always prepared.
A lot of the money that goes to count toward your $8 billion is money that's being reprogrammed in the DOD budget. How can you guarantee to military families and to our men and women of the military that none of the money that would be reprogrammed to a wall will take away from other technology, other renovations, construction that is desperately needed in our military?
So, John, we had certain funds that are being
Thank
used
you, Mustafa. I
at the
appreciate
discretion
you.
of generals, at the discretion of the military. Some of them haven't been allocated yet, and some of the generals think that this is more important. I was speaking to a couple of them. They think this is far more important than what they were going to use it for. I said, what were you going to use it for?
All right, well, usually I would end the show off because we're past the 1 hour mark. But I have to say something that's bothering me. Gucci has come out with something that people consider to be blackface. Here we go.
If you shop on Amazon,
Whoa,
you should use...
we do not need you talking, lady. Hold on. We do not need you talking about none of that over here. All right? Because y'all trying to mess up my ass face.
Yes, you're good. Shout out to all my tea sippers out there. We are gathered.
Shut up.
Every decision that we make, we are...
This bitch voice aggravates me, so I'm going to find something else to talk about. And you can tell Lovely T, I said, bitch, your voice aggravates me. Shit aggravates the fuck out of me.
It's about time. What's going on?
That's not him.
What controversy? I don't got nothing against nobody. And my thing is this: I like to live life and do what I like to do. I'm not no follower. I do what I want to do. Right. Because everybody say wear this or don't wear this. I'm wearing what I want to wear. I'm about to go in the Gucci. You said they're gonna be upset with me? Right. Yeah. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. You know, when everybody else they say everybody gonna boycott. I said, guess what? Well, this boy gonna get on the yacht.
All right. Well, some people did not like that. Waka Flocka went and said, oh, you thought this was cool, huh? Floyd Mayweather, F wrong with you, homie. Money, clout, and F money, F clout, and F happiness. If it includes me effing over my own people and culture, but real situations really show the character in people. I see what's going on, and we wonder why they bully and disrespect us in the eye of the public because videos like this.
Did you expect anything different from Floyd Mayweather?
Don't talk about your guy.
I didn't. No, I honestly didn't. I mean, yeah, I speak to Floyd, but he's wrong, absolutely positively wrong. But he does his own thing, man. I didn't expect anything else from Floyd.
Styles P said, I used to love Floyd. Now I just think he is a rich coon. That just hurt my heart watching that man coon out like that. If I could beat Floyd, I would take one for the team and smack the ish out of him to bring him back to the old Floyd.
Listen, Floyd Mayweather is so poor, all he has is money. He has never stood for anything publicly except for the almighty dollar. A couple of years ago, I told y'all that y'all was a bunch of hypocrites because you slandered Steve Harvey and Kanye West for going to Trump Towers, but y'all gave Floyd a pass and ordered that McGregor fight and be in the clubs with him. I don't think he's a coon. He's just not standing for anything outside of money.
All right, now here's what Kodak Black has to say about wearing Gucci.
A few more Gucci little clothes that I bought, and I'm gonna wear it. I'm black, right? And I'm thug to the bone, right? I white people, right? But sometimes black people do be reaching for no reason. Them people ain't doing nothing. Them people ain't saying nothing about no racist shit. Them people just had a little ski mask. It's all kind of ski masks in the world, bro.
Kodak Black is not informed. He's not educated. He has no idea what the hell.
All right, so let me just go ahead and just get into this shit right now because I'm getting tired of this shit, all right? I'ma wear Gucci. I spent thousands of dollars on Gucci. All my frames are Gucci. Hear what? The owner of Gucci did not come out and say he don't want black people wearing his shit, okay? And I need y'all to take this and make sure y'all recording this and y'all put this in y'all shit on y'all Instagram. Because I'm going to say this shit on Instagram too, all right? For all of these pussy-ass rappers out there coming at Floyd Mayweather, that's my brother first and foremost. Fuck you. When Timberland came out and said he didn't want niggas wearing them boots, y'all kept buying them. Nobody said boycott Timberland. When Tommy Hilfiger said he didn't want black people in his clothes, none of you motherfuckers boycotted him. None of you. None of you. And this is the shit that's making me mad before I get out of here. And every last one of you motherfuckers is pussy. Every last one of y'all pussy. Because none of you motherfuckers are boycotting abortion. Yeah, pussy boy. None of y'all are boycotting abortions. None of you niggas are boycotting that shit. The owner of Gucci don't design everything that they fucking make. He's a boss. There are people that work for him. The designer was relieved of their contract. That's about as far as that shit need to go. But none of you pussy motherfuckers, Charlemagne, none of you motherfuckers are boycotting abortion. They just made that shit legal in New York City to kill babies when they're fucking at the third fucking trimester, fourth fucking trimester. They trying to allow you the chance to kill babies when they come out the fucking womb. And none of you motherfuckers are boycotting abortions. None of you. Every last one of you motherfuckers are cowards. I hope you all fucking eat dicks. Every last one of you. Every last one of you. You only pick on Floyd because he got the money to buy this shit in the first place. And most of you motherfuckers can't go in there and drop $80,000 when you fucking want to. Kodak Black ain't misinformed. Okay? I'm thug to the fucking bone too. You had this motherfucker talking about when it come to my people, when it come to your people, they being fucking slaughtered in abortion clinics. And none of you niggas, none of you, not near one of you motherfuckers are boycotting abortion clinics. You cowards. Cowards. I wish someone would tell me about the Gucci's on my face. Try it. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Stay American. And remember, fuck the other side, bitch. We don't care. And fuck everybody coming at Floyd too. Pussy boy.